The city of Albuquerque has its own big money issue to deal with. In recent years, it has paid tens of millions of dollars in damages and still owes millions more because of misconduct by police officers. Where is the city getting all that money? Here's News 13's Katie Kim.
Albuquerque police officers try to avoid tense situations like these, but things often escalate. And when they do, police have to make split-second decisions that can come with consequences.
The policing business is a dangerous business.
And an expensive one at that. Since 2001, APD has spent more than 20 million taxpayer dollars to settle lawsuits stemming from police misconduct. Everything from deadly shootings to excessive force to wrongful arrests. Settlements in just the last 3 years account for half of what the department spent in more than a decade. Money to pay for these claims comes from the city's risk fund, which has tens of millions of dollars in it. Every year, each department carves out a portion of its annual budget and pays into this pool of money. The amount depends on a number of factors, including what lawsuits may be in the pipeline. This year, APD set aside just under $10 million for legal claims, but that entire amount could be wiped out in one case. A recent jury verdict awarded more than $10 million to the family of Kenneth Ellis, the Iraq war vet shot and killed by APD in 2010.
We think it is excessive, and we have a number of post-trial motions that we are going to be filing with the court.
A judge will ultimately decide how much APD will have to pay the family. But the Ellis case is just the beginning. A handful of lawsuits from high-profile police shootings that could cost the city dearly are still on the horizon. Like the case of Jacob Michelin, shot by an officer who had joked on Facebook before that his job was, quote, human waste disposal. And the case of Christopher Torres, a man with a history of mental illness killed in his backyard, while police say he was reaching for an officer's gun.
I think it's clear that some of the cases that might be in the pipeline certainly have the potential for high exposure.
Chief Administrative Officer Rob Perry thinks the city will prevail in some of those cases, but he says regardless of the outcome, the city will be able to afford it.
The city is very solvent and stable as it relates to the settlements.
Perry says it's just the cost of doing business.
This isn't anything like a mushroom patch that popped up overnight. The city's always had to pay out when they're at fault.
Katie Kim, KRQE News 13.
The total police budget is about $200 million a year. That means last year about 5% of the APD budget went to cover legal damages. The mayor's office does not know how much APD will set aside for the new budget year that starts in July, but the amount has been rising every year.